All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Earth Week. I'm super excited to celebrate Earth Day this week and extend it into the other days. Fun fact, a couple fun facts. This is the 50th Earth Day in history. Earth Day started in 1970. It was 50 years ago. So this is kind of a big Earth Day, and I think I've already talked about how our Earth is healing a little bit right now while we all slow down, stop traveling, stop taking trips. So that's pretty exciting. And the other fun fact is that when I was in high school, I was the co-president of the Earth Club. So I have always been very excited about Earth Day. So in a very close race, hot air balloon edged out stars for the object that we will be portraying today in the mandala. So to kind of represent sky. So I did a tiny dot and then a small circle. Then I'm going to do strings out. So this is as if I'm looking up into the hot air balloon. Now there we go. Well, I'm getting too concerned about the spacing of these. All right. And then I'm going to kind of mix parts of the hot air balloon. This wouldn't be exactly what it looks like, but I'm going to put I might need to do another ring first. The inside edge of the opening of the hot air balloon. All right, and now I'm going to put a rounded off square to represent the basket. So the skies are a lot cleaner right now these days, a lot clearer. Since stars was a close second, I'll just talk about the stars for a minute and how beautiful they have been recently. Venus was super bright last night. I don't know if anybody saw Venus. Apparently, Mr. Carroll and Kate, when they went outside to look at Venus, saw a few satellites moving right around there. All right, so I've got a rounded off corner square there to represent the basket. Okay, now I think I'm gonna do a nice thick line out of each corner. So with a hot air balloon comes some symbolism of floating, going with the flow, going with the wind. Which is something we have been talking about in a couple of the other mandala drawings. All right, I've got 4 corners. All right, starting to look like the inside of a hot air balloon if you look up at it. All right, I think I'm going to, let's see, if they're just all kind of different parts, right? I think I'm going to represent some fire. There's fire inside the hot air balloon. That's what keeps it floating. hot air rises, right? So flame lines. Let's see. I don't want to get too crazy, so I think I'll simplify them to zigzag, just pointy. All right, so following this circle around with some short points or zigzags. I hope you all had a nice weekend. I'm looking forward to the improved weather this week so we can get back out and start back on our walks that we have been missing this past week. All right, let's see what else here. All right, so one more nice big circle around. I think today it's going to be contained by a circle instead of parts coming out of it like a flower, like many of the mandalas were last week. But I do feel like it needs a little bit more line design. Let's see. Maybe just lines. So I am finding the vertex on the bottom of the zigzag line. That's the point where two lines meet. We've talked about that in 4th grade. And I'm pulling a line out from the vertex from each of those. So thinking about listening to the quiet today, I've heard from people who have been in hot air balloons before. I have not, don't know if I will. I'm afraid of heights. But I've heard that the experience is very quiet, very peaceful. So listening is something we can take from this imagery today. Looking and floating through the day. Still feel like it needs something else. Maybe just yeah, I'm going to change it a little bit. So if you drew along with me, that's okay. Every mandala is a little different, even if you try to make them look exactly the same. So I kind of like that one better. So I'm going to start at the vertex here and make a nice bumpy arc like this. I like it. All right, and since stars was a close second, I'm just going to add some dots above that arc. Add a little magic. And a little texture, visual texture. All right, I might add a little bit more to this today, but right now I think that looks pretty good. So thank you for voting on what random object to add into our focus on sky today. And I will put another poll up today for a random object for tomorrow. I think tomorrow's going to be water. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and let's soar.